Warning. The following video contains a satirical depiction of vaping. It is not meant to encourage blowing massive clouds of tasty, tangy vapor. Viewer discretion is advised. This just in. Vaping is actually good for you. You could puff Guava Boysenberry Cool Max 5000 without experiencing any negative side effects. Let's go! Ah, man, it was just a dream. So yeah, turns out that vaping is actually mad unhealthy. But unfortunately, the only people telling you that are corny moms and teachers, so there's no way to learn it except the way I did. The hard way. You see, it all started a couple weeks ago when I was watching a list of the top 10 3-0 body bags in Ultimate Rap League history so I could learn cool slang to impress the women my own age I meet on over40singles.com. Wow, these rappers are... what's that new slang I just learned? Oh yeah, they're spitting bars. Wait, what did that guy just say? You thought you ate, but you're cooked? Oh... okay, I guess that means when you ate, you did something good. But when you're cooked, Just when I was about to get the hang of the latest slang, I got interrupted by one of the wackest mofos of all time. My adult son, Gyro, and he was all like, "Hey Dad, I have an hour to kill before work. Can I use your 2006 Lenovo ThinkPad while I wait?" And I was like, "Can't you see I'm busy?" And he was like, "Okay, how about I tell Mom about this and ask her to cut off your alimony?" And I was like, "Fine, but don't be messing up my YouTube algorithm watching Coco Melon and Miss Rachel." And he was like, "I'm 22. And he started playing some game called Slay the Spire as a character called Ironclad. And while he did that, he pulled out this contraption that I can only describe as a miracle machine. It was a box that produces the most fragrant steam I'd ever smelled, and I was like, "What's that?" And he was like, "It's my vape." "What's a vape?" "Yo, can you shut up? I'm playing Slay the Spire." "Yo, what the is wrong with your 2006 Lenovo ThinkPad? My game keeps crashing it." "Nothing's wrong with it. I just got it 18 years ago." "Yeah, no Now it's on, like, the blue screen of death. Forget it. Maybe I'll see if I can play on the computers at the library." And then the homie just straight yeeted himself out of there, and I was like, finally, I can go back to watching those rap battles. I was so close to learning a new slang, but unfortunately, my brand new 2006 Lenovo ThinkPad was completely dead. And, no cap, I was feeling straight. I was feeling mad, Well, anyway, that's what I noticed it. My son had left his vape. So I put that in my mouth and sucked the out of it. And I was like, this is tasty as And since I remember my son saying they have computers at the library, I decided to head over there to finish watching the rap battle so I could impress my next Over 40 Singles date with today's most, riztastic slang. I walked over to the library while I enjoyed the delicious aroma of Guava Boysenberry Cool Max 5000. And I was just about to walk into the library when I saw an old man. I mean, really old. Like at least 1 year older than me. And he was like, "Bro, you can't do that in the library." And I was like, "Bruh, you must be confused. I'm not doing something gross like smoking where I'm going to fill the library with nasty tobacco fumes. I'm going to fill it with refreshing fruit fragrances." "Yeah, I know. I vape too. I used to go in there and vape, but they banned e-cigarettes." And I was like, "Yeah, right. You probably tell everyone that because you want to make sure no one else is using the computers when you go in to watch rap battle body bag compilations." And so I walked in and I saw it. No smoking or vaping. Bro, what? How could they do this to us? And then it hit me. My whole life, I had been looking for a mission, purpose, a goal to guide me that I could follow as clearly as the North Star in the night sky. Yeah, I thought I'd found it before, chasing trends like blockchain-based gaming, being a father, and online gambling, but those were nothing but distractions compared to my new mission. Leading a new movement to stop the oppression of the vaping community by allowing us to vape in the library. I ran outside and told my new old man homie about how I was going to fight for our right to vape in the library so I could watch my rap battle body bag compilations on the computers there, and he was like, Wait, they have computers in there? I haven't been able to stop vaping long enough to look at anything except the old magazines. Yeah, they have computers, and we need to let the feds know that it's time to make them available to the vaping community. Who are the feds? Bruh, you need to put down the old maxims and get online. The feds are the federal government. Don't you mean the city government? Bruh, what? Why would the city have its own government? Do your own research, dude. The government is an all-powerful organization that infiltrates our men's discussion forums and dating apps in order to trick us into being controlled by the woke Illuminati. No, look across the street. And he pointed to this building called City Hall and was like, the city government is in there. I think they're the ones that banned vaping in the library. So I headed into City Hall and of course was immediately harassed by this Fed who was like, are you looking for the public hearing? And I was like, no, I don't want to hear anything. I want to speak to whoever's in charge of the library. Yeah, that's what the public hearing is for. And I was like, okay, dope. And pulled out my vape, and this Fed was like, no vaping in here. Okay, forget it. And I went back outside. But check this out. My new homie, the wise guru who inspired me to stand up to the feds in City Hall, he was gone. And the only evidence that he had ever existed was a massive cloud of mango-smelling vapor where I'd seen him before. And that made me realize something. Life is precious. 1 minute you could be talking to the wisest homie you've ever met, and the next minute, he could be as hard to contact as your adult son. And so I decided that some things are so important that they're worth making true sacrifices. So I made the difficult choice to take a break from vaping and went into City Hall to make a speech at the public comments hearing. And the good news is, they had 2 lines in the meeting room. One for people who were appearing before the city council for the first time, and one for people who've been there before. So I got to go right up to these feds and make the most important speech of my life. Hello, my name is Gerald Brusnick, and I am a father, a taxpayer, and most importantly, a vapor. And I believe our public library's anti-vaping agenda makes a mockery of the word public, since it excludes one of the most important parts of the public, the vaping community. And furthermore, right when I was about to win everyone over with my emotional speech, this cornball doctor stood up and was like, come on, everyone knows vaping is bad for you. Well, that may or may not be true, but like most intelligent people, I prefer to do my own research. Something that will be impossible if I can't do it at the library while I inhale a delicious hit of guava boysenberry. But unfortunately, saying the words guava boysenberry got me craving a hit from the vape like crazy, so I excused myself and ran outside for a quick sesh with the Benjamin. And unfortunately, when I got back in, I had to wait in the long line for people who had already talked, and I was about to give up when I heard the actual feds say something about the library. This dude was going, I'm the head of libraries. Please stop cutting our funding. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. And then this mayor dude was like, my office did a report showing that no one under 25 uses libraries anymore. We need to be using that budget to fund online classes. Yep. And then it hit me. If I got my 22-year-old son Gyro to come over here and say he needs to vape in the library while he studies for his degree in high school or college or wherever he goes when he says he's too busy to lend me money, they might just change their minds. So I ran out of City Hall again and called him. Yo, Gyro, can you come down to City Hall and make a speech about how you need to vape in the public library? No, I'm at work. Oh, by the way, have you seen my vape? Yeah, I've seen it. In fact, I have it with me. And if you don't pick it up soon, it's going to be all out of Guava Boysenberry Chillmax 5000. How long can you wait there? Well, the public hearing ends at 5 p.m. Okay, I'll head over right after work. Hopefully I can make it on time. So I sat in there, getting the double shakes from vape craving and worrying my no-good son wasn't going to come through. Just listening to all these yappers going, come on, don't cut our budget. Yeah, well, find me one person under the age of 25 that actually uses the library and I'll consider. I tried to interrupt like, I use the library and I'm under 25 and I think, excuse me, sir, but you look like you're 40. Forget it. Can't believe I took a break from vaping for you clowns. Hang on. And then it happened. My son Gyro came through with a common Vapor W. Since he had never made a speech there before, he got to go right to the front of the line and was like, I'm a 22-year-old student at the local community college, and if members of my generation can't vape while we do research in the library, we're going to be getting all our information, or should I say misinformation, from TikTok. Well, I have some good news for you, young man. I'm going to allow vaping in the library. Even by the children's books? Just as long as you don't give the kids too many hits from your vape. You know, it sure would be a shame if the public library had its budget slashed right when it was getting an influx of hardworking young adults. I couldn't believe it. My own son, who, as far as I knew, had only been good at school, sports, and working hard, had actually accomplished something for once. I was about to thank him, but then he asked for his vape back, so he was on my list again. But the good news was, it was Friday, and that's when the alimony check from his mom hits. So I went to the vape store and bought $260 worth of vape juice and vaping accessories. And after a weekend spent vaping like crazy, I got up Monday morning at 4 p.m. And the first thing I did was head over to the library to enjoy my newfound freedom. I found the computers, did a quick search for the Rap League body bag compilation, and then I found out something so disturbing that I lost all faith in our nation's democratic institutions right then and there. You see, while you can now vape in the library, you can't watch what they call adult streaming video on their computers. Well, I had tried to change the system from within the system, and it turns out that's not possible. It was time for a revolution. I took off running towards City Hall, hoping to call out those disgusting hypocrites before the 5 p.m. end of the public hearing. But for some reason, I was completely out of breath after like 10 steps, and I passed out. And sadly, when I woke up again, I knew the hearings were over because I saw that director of libraries guy with one of his city council homies talking to the long line of young people going into the library to vape. He was making all kinds of promises, saying they were going to be able to check out different vape flavors and stuff, so I started yelling, "This guy is corrupt. We shouldn't give any more taxpayer money to the library until they let us use their computers to watch adult videos." But he didn't hear me because this loud ambulance was getting closer and closer. I figured it was coming for me because I'd been passed out on the sidewalk, but it went right past me, and that's when I saw who it was picking up. It was the wise old homie I'd met outside the library last week, who I thought was a whole year older than me. And this EMT was looking at his ID going, "Wow, I can't believe this guy's only 23. Well, it sounds like he has the lungs of a 95-year-old. And as they carted him away, I was like, "Bro, you were the wisest homie I ever met. And I never even got your name. Bro." But then, the strangest thing happened. I finally got myself up to wave goodbye, and I was approached by none other than an over 40 single baddie. And she was like, "Oh no, was that your friend? What happened to him?" And I thought long and hard. And then, well, it came to me almost like magic. I guess you could say he thought he ate, but he was cooked. Wow, that sounds like cool new slang. Oh, what does that mean? I'll tell you exactly what it means if you meet me Friday night for a date. This just in, Gerald BRUHnimations may have just met his future third wife. And in other news, thanks to the patreon.com/TonyZarrett subscriber who sponsored this video with the request that it include a video list of the top 10 3-0 body bags in URL history is ruined by the Ironclad from Slay the Spire. Go to patreon.com/TonyZarrett today to hear uncensored swears like and you can even get me to put your picture in my next video.